Hi there, Mark here from Coachbetter. Welcome to our last World Cup review of the tournament. What a tournament it's been and what a final it was yesterday. And we're super excited to get stuck into the detail of how Argentina managed to bring the trophy home with an incredible performance, and ultimately an incredible performance from both teams, both managers and all players. What an occasion, what a spectacle. As a fan, as a supporter, as a coach, what more can we ask for? But what we want to do today is look at three key areas of the game. One, the coaches. What were the key things that the coaches did that gave their team an advantage? Two, why these players are top level. So small details that make a big difference. And three, we couldn't review this game without talking about why Messi and Mbappe are so good. So hopefully we'll cover those three over the course of the next 5 minutes. Let's start off with how the team shaped up, and no surprise from France's end, a team that's been pretty consistent throughout the tournament, same as the structure. Defensive line of four, two holding midfield players, Griezmann playing off Giroud up front, and Mbappe playing from the left and Dembele from the right. Where the shock came was in the Argentina starting 11, where Di Maria came back into the team and they adjusted their 4-4-1-1 from the semi-final to a more of a 4-3-3 in the final. However, we'll talk about how this was just the basis and the base formation for them, and how they moved and created spaces to give France some significant problems in the first half in particular. So, Scaloni. As an international coach, you haven't got much time to work with your team. So for particular games and big games, identifying those one or two key tactical tweaks that might give you an advantage are the key to finding ways to win. And Scaloni did this incredibly well. We saw right from the kickoff Argentina's intention to stretch the game and their hybrid formation. So what we can see at the bottom here is where the traditional position of a right winger in a 4-3-3 may be, but we can see Messi certainly playing off shape. Note the position of McAllister, but most importantly, note the position of Di Maria and how keen Argentina were early in the game to isolate him and get him the ball to play 1v1. What it meant was, although Argentina set up on paper in a 4-3-3, Scaloni cleverly positioned his players in possession slightly different to give France lots of problems. Often they found themselves dropping into a backline of three, so to Paul on the right-hand side dropping in to give them an extra centre-back, allowing Molina as a right-back to play a lot higher. But most importantly, the dynamic on the left-hand side, where the left-back Tagliafico would often move inside and McAllister would push up high to do their best to pin down France defenders and allow Di Maria to be isolated and get him 1v1 as often as possible. Ideally against Dembele, but occasionally against Coande. And that's what's happened for the first goal and the penalty. We can see and note here that back three, so a back diamond effectively, the high right back, and Tagliafico on the other side coming in off the line to try and leave some more room for Di Maria on the side. Also note the position of McAllister. His job here is to try and tie down Coande. You can see Tagliafico is trying to move Dembele as narrow as possible to get him as far away from Di Maria as possible, and McAllister's got the same job but with the right back Coande. And as the attack develops, we see that work to perfection for Argentina. McAllister has dragged Coande away from his position on the inside. Tagliafico has dragged Dembele deep and narrow on the inside, giving all that room on the side for Di Maria on an up, back and through to be isolated. And from this situation now, a winger, an offensive player, 1v1 against another offensive player. Only one outcome, goes round him, penalty. So huge credit Scaloni for that tactical innovation in the first half that gave Argentina so much joy on that left-hand side and caused France so many problems. Okay, the anatomy of a goal. Why elite players are elite players. And now we're going to talk about Alvarez, who has fast become one of my favourite players of the tournament, because not is he just so effective with the ball, with his energy and his running in behind, but he's so effective without it. He's like a tiger out of possession, hunting defenders down every possible opportunity. But he's smart with it as well. And these are the details that make these players top players, and these are the details that ultimately turn football matches. And what we're going to see here is how he adjusts his pressing to make sure that he gets the maximum benefit for his team. And we're going to describe it as like a lion would pounce on his prey. So he would slowly move and move, but at the right moment, he'd spring into action and chase until he catches his prey. And we can see here now, the ball's in the air. So Upamecano is in a position to not only see the ball, but glance and see the position of Alvarez. If Alvarez is now sprinting at this point, I'm sure that Upamecano puts this ball back where it come from, one touch. But out of the corner of his eye, what he can see alongside the ball is Alvarez looking to stop. And what this signifies to Upamecano is that he might have time for a touch. But this is Alvarez's smart play. He's deliberately slowed himself down to give Upamecano the impression that he's not going to chase him down. But then in a split second, as Upamecano's eyes go from the air to the floor, he's off. And you can see his body shape now into a full sprint, which forces Upamecano into a difficult touch and puts him in that situation. What does it result? Mispaced pass. France all over the shop in terms of their defensive structure. Argentina, boom, boom, boom. 4 passes later, the ball's in the back of their net with Di Maria finishing it off. Details that make such a big difference. Okay, let's get stuck into Messi and Mbappe. And we're going to talk about one of the many elements they've got in their game that makes them so good. First is their ability to see and utilise and find space, either for themselves or for others. What we can see here is Messi on the ball. And I think 9 out of 10 players here see that pass, see that pass, see that pass. What does Messi see? He sees space. And instead of releasing the ball quickly, safely, he delays and delays and delays. And then with one reverse ball, finds McAllister, takes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 French players in one quality bit of play. And that's what him and Mbappe have got in common. Whether it's dribbling past people, or whether it's combining to go past people, or passing through people, they always seem to make the right decision at the right time. When to play quick, when to play slow. And you can see from Mbappe here now about to receive the ball. He knows there's a big bit of space in there he wants to get into. So does he bring it down his chest and look to turn and go? Probably difficult. Most players in this situation bring it down and lay it off. What does Mbappe do? He's so determined to get in that space. He finds a cushion header on the inside, spins on a sixpence. Suddenly, he's in behind in that space. One touch finish. France equaliser. So, credit Scaloni. Incredible tactical innovation at the start of the game to really give Argentina an advantage. Would be amiss not to say credit Deschamps. His substitutions to bring energy and intensity in the game made a big difference. Then hopefully an insight into those small hundreds of little details that go on at the highest level that make the biggest difference, and just one of many reasons why Messi and Mbappe are such good players. If you've joined us over the course of the tournament for analysis, thank you. We'll continue now over the course of the season, looking at all of big leagues over the world. But from Coachbetter, we hope you enjoyed the World Cup, and we look forward to seeing you all soon.